Hello and welcome to our today's lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to work on exercise 5.2 of Cambridge Primary Mathematics Learners Book 4, and this exercise is about multiplication. The first question in this exercise says, Magda calculates 14 times 5 using factors. She spills ink on her work. What number is under the ink blots? So before working on the question, let me say what is factor or what are factors. If we, for example, multiply 3 and 5, we get 15. So here the numbers which are multiplied are called factors. They are called factors. 3 and 5 over here are called factors. In the same way, Magda has used factors of 14 to multiply with 5. So in place of 14, Magda has written 7 times another number, and that number is 2, because 2 times 7 is equal to 14. And then Magda has replaced 14 by 2 times 7 and then multiplied it by 5. So she has written 7 times the number which is not obvious, it's 2 over here, times 5. And then 2 times 5 is 10 and 7 is brought down. Now 7 times 10 is equal to 70. Question 1 of this exercise is solved. Let's scroll down to move to question 2. In question 2 it says Amir and Ben worked out 4 times 15. So on the left we have Amir's method, on the right we have Ben's method. Amir has used factors of 15 to find the answer, and Ben has used factors of 4 to find the answer. So in place of 15, Amir has written 5 times 3 times 4 and then multiplied 4 and 5, which is 20, and brought down 3, and 3 times 20 is equal to 60. This is what Amir has used. But Ben has used the factors of 4. In place of 4, he has written 2 times 2 times 15. And then multiplied 2 by 15. 2 times 15 is 30 and brought down the other 2. 2 times 30 is 60. Now here it says, which method do you like best? Explain why. I like the first method because in the first method we have smaller numbers and we can simply multiply the smaller numbers. But in the second method we have 15. 15 is bigger and it's quite difficult for some of the students or even for me to multiply. So I prefer the first method because in the first method we have very small numbers like 4, 5 and 3, and we can easily find the product there. Here it says discuss your answer with the partner. When you're working in the class, you can discuss the answer, how you find the answer and which answer is best for you. And again it says think of another ways to work out 4 times 15. So these two methods which are used is using factors, but here I will use grid method. In this case, I will decompose 15 into 10 plus 5 and then use the grid to multiply. I write 10 here, 5 here, and the number 4 here. Now 4 times 10 is 40 and 4 times 5 is 20. And finally add these two numbers. 40 plus 20 is equal to 60. This is the method that I use. Maybe you can work out a different method. You have to try to use the method that you can easily work it out and you can easily understand. We are done with question 2. Let's go to question 3. In question 3 it says work out the following. Estimate your answer first. We have 4 parts here, part A, B, C and D. For all these parts I will use the grid method in which I decompose the number and then multiply. Let's start with part A. In part A, we have 47 times 5. So first of all, we have to estimate the range of our answer to find out where can our answer be. Because 47 is between 40 and 50, I will multiply 5 with 40 and 50. Then we can find out where can our answer be. 40 has 1 0 with it and 50 also has 1 0 with it. To find the product for these two numbers, we can simply multiply the numbers and write the 0 to the right of our product. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 5 is 20, and we have 1 0 here, and we can simply write the 0. The answer is 200. 5 times 5 is 25. 25, and we have 1 0 here. We can simply put the 0 to the right of it. So in this case, we can say that our answer is between 200 and 250. Now, to use the grid method for this problem, we can break or we can decompose 47 into 40 plus 7. 40 plus 7. And then we can draw the grid, write the multiplication sign here, 40 here, and 7 here. And the number which is being multiplied is 5, so 5 is written here. 5 times 4 again is 20, and we have 1 0, it becomes 200. 5 times 7 is 35. And finally, add 200 with 35, and we find out that our answer is equal to 235. So the answer to part A is equal to 235. In part B, we have 29 times 4. To find the answer, I have to erase these parts here. Okay. So again, to estimate the answer, we have to consider 29 between 20 and 30. So we can write 29 is between 20 and 30, and both multiplied with 4. 4 times 2 is 8. We have 1 0, it becomes 80. 4 times 3 is 12. We have 1 0, it becomes 120. Our answer can be between 80 and 120. 80 and 120. Again, we decompose 29 into 20 plus 9, and then use the grid method. This is the multiplication sign here, 20 here and 9 here. 4, which is being multiplied, is under here. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 0, it becomes 80. 4 times 9 is 36. Now 80 plus 36 is equal to 116. 116. 80 plus 20 is 100, and 20 plus another 16 is 116. So the answer here is 116. In part C, we have 89 times 3. 89 times 3. Again, we have to first estimate and then find the product. So let me erase the part here to have enough space. Well, 89 is between 80 and 90. To estimate the answer to this question, I will use rounding. So 89 will round to 90, because 9 here is 5 or more, so it rounds to 90. And 90 times 3, 3 times 9 is 27, is 270. So here the answer to this question is around 270. Maybe a bit more than 270, or maybe a bit less than 270. Now again, for this I will use grid method. I have to decompose 89 to 80 plus 9, and then use the grid to multiply 80 here, 9 here, and 3 here. 3 times 8 is 24, 1 0, it becomes 240, and 3 times 9 is 27. Now 240 plus 27. 240 plus 27 will be equal to 247. So the answer to part C is 247. In the last one, which is part D, we have 74 times 6. 74 times 6. So let me erase the written parts here. To estimate 74 times 6, to estimate the answer for 74 times 6, again I will use rounding. 74 rounds to 70 because 4 is 4 or less according to the rule of rounding. So 70 times 6, 6 times 7 is 42, so the answer is 420. It means the answer to this question can be around 420. Maybe it is less than 420, maybe it's a bit more than 420, but it is within the range of 420. So if we decompose 74, 74 will be equal to 70 plus 4. Now we can use the grid method, the multiplication sign here, 6 here, 70 here, and 4 here. Again, 6 times 7 is 42. We have 1 0 here and write it to the right of it. 6 times 4 is 24. Now 420 plus 24 will be equal to 444. 444. So the answer is very near to 420 because it is within the range of 100. So we can write that the answer is 444. We are done with question 3. In question 4 it says Sultan uses the grid method to work out his calculation, but he spills ink on his work. Copy and complete the calculation. Again, here we have 4 parts, part A, B, C, and D. We will work out each of them one by one. In part A, we have 47 times 3. So Sultan has decomposed 47 into 40 and 7. Let me write it here. 47 is decomposed into 40 plus 7. So 40 is written here and 7 is written here. Now we have to multiply 3 by 4. If we multiply 3 by 40, so 3 times 4 is 12, and we have 1 0. The answer here is 120. And 3 times 7 is 21. So 120, which is written here, comes here. 120 plus 21 is equal to 141. Question A is solved. In question B, we have 93 times 4. Again, Sultan has decomposed 93 into 90 plus 3. So if 3 is written here, 90 should be here. 4 times 90. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 9 is 36. We have 1 0, 360. 4 times 3 is 12. Now 360 over here plus 12 will be equal to 372. In part C, we have 51 times 5. So 51 here is decomposed to 50 plus 1. So 50 is written here and 1 here. 5 times 50. 5 times 5 is 25, and we have 1 0 here, 250. 5 times 1 is 5. So 250 from here comes here, and 5 from here comes here. The answer is 255. In part D of this question, we have 47 times 4. 87 times 4. For 87, it is decomposed to 80 and 7. To 80 and 7. Because if we decompose 87, let me write it here, 87 equals to 80 plus 7, which is exactly the same as 87. Now 4 times 80. 4 times 8 is 32. 32, we have 1 0, we can write it to the right of it, 320. 4 times 7 is 28. Now 320 plus 28, so 320 over here plus 28 is equal to 348. We are done with question 4 also. In question 5 it says find the product of 56 and 5. The product of 56 and 5. To solve this problem, I will remove the part here so that we should have enough space. Well, now we have 56 times 5. Let me write here 56 times 5. We can use the grid method because the grid method is very useful here. We can decompose 56 into 50 plus 6. And again, if we want to estimate our answer, we can simply write that 56 is between 50 and 60. 50 and 60, it's multiplied by 5, and here it's multiplied by 5 again. So 5 times 5 is 25, the answer is 250. 5 times 6 is equal to 30, the answer is 300. So the answer to this problem can be between 250 and 300. Let me use the grid to write the answer, the multiplication sign here, 50 here and 6 here and 5 down here. 5 times 5 again is 25, and we have 1 0, we bring it down here. 5 times 6 is 30. Now 250 plus 30 will be equal to 280. The answer to 56 times 5 is equal to 280. Well, we are done with question 5. Let me scroll down to go to question 6. In question 6 it says pencils are sold in packs of 5. Each pack cost 95 cents. Each pack cost 95 cents. Fatima buys 4 packs of pencil. How much does she spend? 4 packs of pencil, how much does she spend? Because over here they say 3 things. Each pack is having 5 pencils and each pack is 95 cents, but Fatima buys 4 packs. Now we don't do anything with the number of pencils and the packs. We have to find out how much she spends to buy 4 packs. So because each pack is 95, we can multiply 95 by 4. 95 by 4. Because estimating is very important, we have to first estimate our answer and then find the real answer or the actual answer. 95, if we round, it rounds to 100. And 4 times 100 is equal to 400. This means that our answer to this question can be around 400 cents. Here we have to find the answer how much she spends for 4 packs of pencil. Now to find how much she spent, I will use grid method. I will decompose 95 into 90 plus 5 and use this grid. 90 comes here, 5 here and 4 here. 4 times 9 is 36 and 0 comes here. It becomes 360. 4 times 5 is 20. 360 plus 20 is equal to 380. 380 cents. We are not going to find the answer in cents. We have to change the cents into dollar. We know that $1 is equal to 100 cents. So in this case, we can write that it's equal to $3 and let me write and 80 cents, or we can simply write $3.80 using the decimal point. So she spent $3.80. Well, question 6 is also solved. In question 7, it says use the digits 2, 3, and 5 once to make the multiplication with the greatest product. So we can make one 2-digit number and one 1-digit number. Now, to find the answer or to find a calculation with the greatest product, I will write 3 possible numbers. I can write 32 times 5, 52 times 3, or 53 times 2. 32 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 150, and 2 times 5 is 10. 160. The answer here can be 160. 52 times 3. 350 is equal to 150, and 3 times 2 is 6. 156. The answer here 156. 53 times 2. 250 is 100, and 2 times 6 is 2 times 3 is 6. So 106. We can see that this is giving us the greatest product. The greatest product. So we can write 32 times 5 gives us the greatest product, and it is 5 times 2 is 10. We carry 1 above 3. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16. 160. So now, for you to find out if it is the greatest answer or not, you can try different numbers and find out and write in the comment section if my answer is the greatest answer or not. Let's go to question 8. In question 8, it says, work out the following. Estimate your answer first. We have 4 parts here. We have part A, B, C, and D. Let's start with part A of this question. In part A, we have 174 times 4. 174 times 4. 174 is between 100 and 200. So to estimate, we multiply 4 with both 100 and 200. 4 times 100 is 400, and 4 times 200 is 800. It means the answer can be between 400 and 800. Let me scroll it up. Well, now we can use grid method to multiply, but here we have 3-digit numbers. So we can decompose 174 into 100 plus 70 plus 4. Let's write here 174 is equal to 100 plus 70 plus 4, and then draw the grid. So multiplication sign here, 100 here, 70 here, and 4 here. And then the number which is multiplied is 4 over here. 4 times 100 is 400. 4 times 70 is 4 times 7 is 28. We have 280. 4 times 4 is 16. Now we can add these numbers. 400 plus 280 plus 16. 400 plus 280 is 680, and 680 plus 16 is equal to 696. 696. The answer here is 696. And based on the estimation which said the answer is between 400 and 800, so our answer is within the range. For the second part, which is part B, I will use this method, which is the column multiplication. 129 times 7. 129 times 7. To estimate this, I will use rounding. Here I will round to the nearest 10. So 129, if we round, it rounds to 130. And 7 times 130, let's write it here, 130 times 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 3 times 7 is 21, and 1 times 7 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 910. The answer can be within 910, maybe a bit less than 910 or maybe a bit more than 910. So let's start multiplying 129 by 7. 7 times 9 is 63. 3 of 63 comes here, and 6 goes above the tens place. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. So 0 comes here, and 2 goes above the hundreds place. 1 times 7 is 7, and 7 plus 2 is 9. 903. We say that the answer can be around 910, so our answer is within the range, and it's 903. We can write 129 times 7 is equal to 903. Well, these are the two methods that I used for question 8, but the other two parts, which are part C and part D, you have to use your own method and write the answer in the comment section. Let's see what your estimation and what your actual answer for these two questions can be. So with this, we are done with all questions of exercise 5.2 of Cambridge Primary Mathematics Learners Book 4. I hope it helps you learn how to use the grid method and how to use any other method to find out the answer to these questions. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share the video with your friends, your classmates, and your students if you are a teacher. And if you have any other questions regarding this exercise or any other exercise of the book, you can ask me in the comment section. Have a nice time, and thank you so much.